One. Hello again, and welcome to another episode of Slash Chat Podcast. We're running a little bit late, but that's fine.
Because of me.
Because of you, Cardinal. It's all your fault, Cardinal. All your fault.
Oh.
On the plus side, it was a good interview, right?
Yes, it was. Very good.
Good. And it wasn't a casting couch, was it?
No, it wasn't. Although,
because that's what the chat has been asking this entire time for the last 30 minutes was casting couch? Casting couch? Was it a casting couch? Like, I'm pretty sure it wasn't, but okay.
maybe it was.
Hmm.
I was at least a little more subtle about that. Come on.
Subtle? What's that? I have no idea what subtle is.
Yeah, you don't know what that means.
Yeah, no, I have no idea what that means.
Meddle in the affairs of wizards, for they are subtle and quick to anger.
Although, I'm at least happy to know that the audience thinks that could be at least good for that. So,
It's okay. I caught Alex earlier watching hentai. So.
I was not watching hentai. I was not watching hentai.
The quote was, "I'm coming. I'll be there on time." And I'm like, "Are you now?" What
Sure, you're not
hentai
just
are you
breathing
watching?
hard.
No, that's you're wrong.
No.
Gets it, gets it, gets it, gets it,
You're wrong.
By the way,
gets it.
Ray Tog
Yeah.
has such a cute gift today.
I need to
Oops.
see this.
It's so adorable.
Gets it, boots, gets it, boots, gets it, boots, gets it, boots, gets it, gets it, gets it, gets it, gets
What's with the beat?
Gets it,
What's not with that beat? Jeez.
What is with the beat?
Gets it. I don't know.
He does it when he's
I'm
bored.
What the
Really
hell was
tight.
that?
I'm tired, so I'm a little loopy.
Little.
Oh, it's from
Welcome
you. Okay, I was
To
like,
the club of no sleep.
No.
Although,
So-
I dare say, by the look, you had less than me, and that's saying something.
Well, it's just I've been up since like 7 this morning,
Oh.
and it's 10:30 now at night,
Fair enough.
and I spent 3 hours today in a class where, honestly, I think the teacher looks up the Wikipedia article on the given subject matter right before he comes in.
Oh, God. That's so bad.
Yeah.
I only have to complain about 4 hours of sleep not in a row. 1 hour on the train to the interview, 1 hour on the train back from the interview, and 2 hours somewhere else.
Cardinal, you didn't do anything your
Casting
family
couch.
would be ashamed of at your interview, did you? Quoted by Nara.
What happens
Of course.
on the casting couch stays in the casting couch.
In the casting couch, in fact.
Oh my god.
Especially if it's not leather. Should we actually introduce ourselves, or do we just... if we just kind of gone back?
This is just creepy. Oh my god.
I think we know the name of the episode. The casting couch. But, that's my vote.
Oh.
Uh,
Well, here's the agenda for this week. So you can choose
Yes.
to do what you wish with it. We're doing no topic for today at all. So
okay.
we can just sit here and bullshit about how bad H1Z1 has launched and the fact that people are bitching that it's, oh my god, what's with the patching? It's in fucking alpha. Fuck you.
wait, what launch?
I do have a lot of questions about that. Because, the release video was all like, we're going to have all of this
What
stuff
launched?
already done.
H1Z1?
Yeah.
Oh, that has quite I wrote an article about that.
Did you really?
Well, it was a news article, but Reddit lost their shit.
Of
Wait,
course,
what?
it's Reddit.
When does
happened?
Reddit not lose their shit?
Fair enough, but
Also,
Oh
This is my
boy,
awesome cup.
H1Z1.
I may be wrong, but I doubt it.
there we go.
It's pretty good, actually.
Maybe
It's
wrong,
my
but
DM
yeah.
mug. I put it on the table. I'm just like, I may be wrong, but I doubt it.
Got it.
I definitely have my opinions on this whole H1Z1 debacle.
I was going to buy it, then I heard such bad things.
By the way, I
First of
was gonna
all,
say Carthel is like
Regardless of what it is, regardless of if it's good or not, do not buy early access. That is the equivalent of pre-ordering. Keep your early access abstinence like me. Keep your early access hymen clean. Okay?
I don't know. I've been in a couple early accesses that I liked.
Also,
Yes.
there could be arguments made for the whole getting it cheaper thing.
But
Early
you're not
access
getting
is
it
cheaper.
cheaper with H1Z1.
Well, no.
H1Z1, you're buying the early access, but it's a free-to-play game.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's fuck that shit then.
Yeah. If it's gonna be free to play, I'm not buying early access. But I mean, like 7 Days to Die, I've talked about it how many times, and it's still an alpha release.
Ooh.
I mean, they still aren't done with it. They're still adding NPCs and quests. They're adding vehicles with the next expansion, and that was an early access. I think I got it for like $10 or something. And I've definitely, how much have I played that game? Hold on, I'm looking.
You played.
I
a
have played
lot of that.
386 hours.
Oh my god.
Nice. Speaking of Seven Days to Die, I picked that up yesterday. It has changed so much. Oh
Mhm.
dear God. I kind of
mean-
love it.
So I've been like watching, of course, Twitch as always, watching many people sitting there being so frustrated with the fact H1Z1 just released and I can't play and the servers are down and they're not letting me get in and all this stuff, and I'm like, guys, when are you gonna freaking understand that it's early access? Like, it's alpha. It's not even beta. It's alpha. Like, come on. Like, seriously. Like,
They have no infrastructure at all to support people getting onto their game.
right.
Yeah.
And
Which,
it's suddenly
on
like
the one hand,
a launch of it.
that is on the fault of the people who bought it because they need to understand that it's early access. But by the same token, if you know you've sold a certain number of early access games, you should probably make
Compensate
sure
for
you
it.
have the
Oh, yeah.
infrastructure there so that those people can test your game and can help you work out the bugs.
That's the way it should be, but it never seems to work out that way.
See, the
Um,
problem that I see is that, well, I guess we're just diving right into this whole H1Z1 without introducing ourselves.
I want to do a quick,
Eh,
but,
we are
quick
by now.
interjection right now. The chat is asking, is Josh literally a wolf? And why are Josh's
No,
paws
he's
so
not.
red?
He's not literally a wolf. He's only a wolf when he's away.
Yeah.
I don't know. He smells like a wet dog whenever he gets wet. So
See, the thing with H1Z1 is first of all, this is Sony Online Entertainment.
Mhm.
They're not too new. I mean, they've made quite a few games actually. Most of them, like, they made EverQuest, they made DC Universe Online. So this isn't something that's too new to them. Now, we're going to try and fill everyone in on what's going on with H1Z1. H1Z1 is zombie MMO. That's really what it is. You collect weapons, ammo, food, water, zombie MMO. It's a good idea if you like that kind of stuff. I don't play online games because people are stupid. I only play online games with friends, which is probably why I never got into MMOs.
Well,
But
why? Because you had no
H1Z1
friends? Sorry, I had to. I'm so sorry.
I was actually going to make that joke beforehand, but I changed my mind because I knew that it would make you giggle
I'm
like that.
So sorry.
you're not
Alex,
sorry.
You know
No,
we're
she's
your
not.
friends.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, you guys are awesome. Now, the situation with H1Z1 is it launched. Oh, God. I'm sorry
Couple days
about the
ago?
beard. I'm sorry about the beard, okay? It'll come back. Now, I'm focusing less on the whole server integrity thing, the infrastructure not being able to get people into matches, and more about the basic structure of the game. After the game launched, live streamers started using microtransactions, where they could buy airdrops and have them land right next to them.
Convenient.
Now, the whole airdrop thing, people are like, they said this wouldn't be pay to win. And I'm like, they did say that there would be airdrops and that you could get these things from airdrops. This was not a lie. This was not a lie.
In any game like this, where you have it's guns, any guns in it, doesn't matter who has what gun. Any gun can beat any gun. It just matters on your skill level. So who gives a crap if they can airdrop stuff into themselves? I mean, like
the whole idea of the airdrops was that they would land randomly. They would be you wouldn't know what was in them.
More than likely, what's happened is they will still have those random spawns and random drops because it's something for players to compete for and go for.
That's
then
the idea.
You have the pay structure, which helps the game survive and stay alive. So if you want to play the game, you should thank every single one of those people that do pay for airdrops, because they're the reason you'll have a game in the future.
See, but that's what I'm trying to say, is that they were made to function that way. There was no dishonesty there. They did say this would not be pay to win, but I think they still use these airdrops. These airdrops were just, they said we want this to be like the Hunger Games. We want this to land and then everybody's scrambling to get the stuff. That's an okay idea. I don't agree with the idea that you have to pay for something that you don't know that you're going to get, and you don't know what you're going to get. So, yeah, it's green tea. Sorry, Gabi. Gabi came into my Persona 4 stream. Thank you. That was nice of you to do that yesterday. But H1Z1, everyone's like, oh, they lied. They didn't lie. They really didn't lie.
Not at all.
They just communicated badly. They said that you would not be able to get these, but then they kind of said that you would be able to get them. And do I think that they were dishonest about this? No, they really weren't. The company behind this, Sony Online Entertainment, and the developer John Smedley, they just didn't clarify this very well.
So with the airdrop thing, one person buys the airdrop, but yet it's server-wide?
I think what it's going to
anyone can get it. One person pays, anyone can get it.
So
I know that's a stupid idea.
What it's ended up being is, if somebody wants an airdrop of supplies to themselves, they can pay for it. It comes down right next to them. More than likely, there'll be some sort of alert. Either there'll be a plane
it's not. Well, the problem is that it is coming down right next to them, and it's not supposed to be like that. It's supposed to be for everyone. And
but
I'm already against the idea.
If you call an airdrop, game-wise, you've contacted someone, and they're going to drop it on your location. Not just going to drop it somewhere fucking random. So it does make sense for it to come down near you.
Well,
and there's going to be time for people to get there, because they're going to know it's coming. Like, you're going to see a plane.
Well, that kind of goes against the design that they wanted. They wanted it to be a mad rush for the supplies, but if it's landing right next to the person, and a lot of these weapons are pretty good stuff, so that's made a lot of people upset about that.
I could definitely see that issue. People could be like, "Oh, but where's our airdrops?" But at the same time, I understand it, because the person paying for it is going to want the stuff. And yes, these people are going to be outraged all the time. But like I said before, without these people that are willing to fork out money for a game they like, this game will disappear after the early access period, because it's going free to play.
Right.
They'll have setup costs, but not maintenance costs.
The thing that a lot of people need to understand about this is that, well, there's a lot of things that you need to understand. First of all, this was not dishonesty. There was miscommunication. They were not trying to rip you off.
Exactly.
The second thing is that this is early access, and the developers have said, we're working on this. We're trying to figure this out.
The whole airdrop thing will probably change if there's that much outrage over it.
I'm sure.
They'll find another way.
The last thing is, if you don't like it, you can get a refund.
Yeah.
You could have. I think it expired. The refund.
Shibo just linked a photo that said, hey, you need to contact this email address if you want your refund.
Yeah, but I think that the refund offer expired yesterday. So if you didn't do that, then you can't get your full refund. It was a really small window of time, I've noticed. So I just think that people are blowing this out of proportion. I will say that
Very
much.
much so.
And maybe it's just because I'm not too involved in either MMOs or early access. I just think that.
Well,
So I just really don't.
A big
Maybe
reason,
I don't see the outrage.
This is just a big reason companies do these early access things, because if there's something that they're, diehard set on they want in the game, they release it with the game. People go, "This is fucking shit. Get rid of it. This is like bullshit." They'll get rid of it if they want the game to survive. So that's partly why these companies agree to do early access games, especially when they're smaller companies, because they're going to need money to
this is Sony.
live. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a relatively prolific company.
Yeah.
So
If
that
this was
being
like some random mom and pop or just a little tiny developer, and something like this happened, it'd be one thing. But it's freaking Sony.
Yeah.
They're kind of a big deal.
Which is the point I'm gonna get to.
Yeah, they should know better.
Yeah. They've, in the past, I mean, depending on who you talk to, have been really good with customer service and sometimes really shit. I guess it is really who you talk to about it. My overall opinion over there is they eventually get it right. It just takes them a while.
I honestly feel that this will get better.
Yeah.
Will it become rampantly mainstream? I highly doubt it. I mean, this is going to have its niche like a lot of MMOs do these days. Now, the fact that they were offering full refunds completely to anyone who bought it, that's good customer service. That's very pro-consumer. And I think that that's a very good step. Like I saw Total Biscuit kind of talking about this, and he's the one who also contributed saying they didn't lie about anything because they didn't. Now, is this pay to win? It's not intended to be, and I still don't think it entirely is, but people are saying that this is pay to win, that you can pay money and just get a significant advantage. I honestly don't see that, at least not from the basic element of this game. I mean, they intend it to be, a mad dash to the supplies, and in theory, that's a good idea. And maybe since you're not entirely sure if you're gonna get the stuff after you pay for it, maybe this will discourage people from doing microtransactions, for better or for worse, because they need the money. I think Total Biscuit has always been pro-consumer, and I really support him for that.
Something I think might happen, which has been fairly common with games like this, is they'll go from having the paid airdrops with lots of stuff to having either some sort of loadout kit, where it's you buy that kit, that's what you spawn with every time, or you'll have some sort of store where it's like, I buy these clothes and this gun with a certain skin, or so every time I pick up this gun it'll look like this, or some sort of utilities that help you, give you small boosts but not giant advantages. That does tend to be what happens in the end with these sorts of games.
We really, when everyone says like, oh, free to play is terrible, the situations where they say that it's not are usually the ones that are very cosmetic. Things like Team Fortress 2, things like League of Legends, games that give you just sort of little things that ultimately don't affect the game. They're just sort of things you want.
The world does the
and
same
those
thing.
have been very
Everything
successful.
You buy is cosmetic.
And in all of these cases, the players that don't want to spend money can still work.
They are at no disadvantage.
Things.
That's exactly the best thing. That's the whole. Go ahead.
Do you think early access for games hurts companies more with their games, or does it help them in the long run? Because with this whole problem with, oh my god, this is early access for H1Z1, it's like, okay, so when the game actually does launch, is there going to be people that are behind it? Like, I mean...
Well,
honestly, it depends. I think almost every game is different, because like this is probably going to hurt it. 7 Days to Die, their early access probably going to help. Shadowrun, their the stuff they do usually has some sort of early access or early release. That usually helps. How often have you seen in MMOs like well, Warcraft did it, City of Heroes did it sometimes, where you get early access if you pre-order things, and
Yeah.
there's a huge rush because people want to be the first one to get to level whatever.
Yeah, but with
So
It will also.
it depends
Yeah.
on the game, and it depends on how the early access release goes.
And
'Cause, I
how well
mean-
they listen to the people buying and playing that
Right.
early access.
I don't think that this was an online focused game, and that's where I kind of feel that it might have contributed to the early access. Like, I have early access games in my library, but I did not buy them. Like, I have I Am Bread, which was in early access because I did a preview of it, because I was given the code to preview it. I'm sorry, I think that game's kind of fun. Sorry. I know you guys hate I Am Bread, but it's actually not nearly as bad as you think.
Ray Tog is the one who hates it.
Yeah.
I almost got early access for Audio Surf 2 because I love the first Audio Surf, but I thought, this game isn't done. I really don't know what I'm getting, and that's really the situation that I see with early access. A huge number of early access games come out on Steam. Very few of them actually officially launch. And
I mean, Minecraft was kind of an early access thing for
Oh,
a
yeah.
long time.
Minecraft was
It
definitely one of the success stories because it took off in alpha. It people were already looking at it and getting
overnight
invested in it
made
as far
$6
back.
million Australian dollars.
Didn't Amnesia have like an early access, early release
I
thing?
don't know.
I think there was
don't really
early
know. I mean,
release, but I don't think it was early access.
Yeah.
But I just
I'm going through my Steam pile to see.
early access is a lot like pre-ordering to me because, in fact, I think it's a
And
little bit worse
sometimes-
because.
And like I said, sometimes you get something great, sometimes you get something terrible. 7 days, pretty, phenomenal. It works better right now than some games do at release. I'm looking at you, Ubisoft.
we soft
But then I've got another one on here, The Forest. It's not as good in my opinion, but it's still decent, especially since it's still early access. There's still a lot of things they can tweak and change, and then you have things like I know I was going to use Rust as an example because that's one that a lot of people talk about, because it hasn't been updated as much as people would have liked, and pretty much all that there is to do now is to run around
What's on
naked
earth
and
are you
stone people to
laughing
death.
at?
Cat, what's
She's
so funny?
laughing.
I'm laughing at
Penis brother, and I know
Jeremy
exactly
because
what
his
she's-
audio and his visuals are not synced, and we were having this conversation about Godzilla earlier.
Oh, it's-
What? You learn my kung fu.
yeah, that's actually pretty funny.
I'm trying to remember what the name of this other game was.
It's still doing
It was a
it.
good example. Yeah, I know. Shut up. Maybe I can find it under the early access tab. But there's another one that the guy promised. Like, what it is right now is decent, but he promised all of these things and he hasn't updated it since I want to say June. And there are a lot of people who are ticked off about that because it was boasting, well, we're going to update this, we're going to do this. Maybe it's under the specials tab because no one wants to freaking pay for it anymore. It's like Block World or something like that. I don't remember what it was. Wait, hold on. What was that? Sorry, I thought I just saw something that... Oh, please tell me this is what I think it is.
I just apologized to chat for the out of sync audio.
Zero dropped frames. It's all him.
Yeah. I don't know.
Wow. Sorry, I just was looking through early access, and it looks like there may be an MMO version of a series of games. Did any of you ever play the Stalker series?
Yeah.
I have those games,
Like
but
Shadows
I
of
haven't played
Chernobyl
them
and
yet.
stuff like that.
Oh yeah,
It looks like
are they making an
someone might
MMO
be
on
making
that?
it. There's one that looks like it. I mean, it's talking about the same area of the world as talking about Chernobyl, so maybe. I'm gonna have to look into that more because that could be interesting. I love those games. However,
Yeah,
I will say this: I cannot play them for very long because I get freaking motion sick as hell playing those games. Because you can't
I know that
turn
they
the
were
camera bob off and go
really,
like this.
really
It's
scary
Skype!
games.
Sorry, I just
What
noticed
Skype is causing the problem?
the reason everything's so out of sync is because I'm fine if I look at myself, but because you guys are across the call, Skype is the one who's just like, we are going to make all the audio out of sync for you. Thanks.
Yeah,
Skype.
because all three of you are
Happens.
out of sync for me, but when I'm looking at my box,
Yeah.
I'm synced.
So what
So-
does that mean?
That
It
next
just means
week,
that Skype sucks. That's all.
next week we will be changing to a different program.
Once
It
I thought
just
we
means
didn't like
Skype.
Google
once
Hangouts
Australian
anymore.
internet
No.
trumps you're all synced for me. Everybody's fine.
No, we're going to Zoom after this.
Cool.
I don't want to download another program.
It's just another program. Get
I
over
look
it.
forward to deleting Skype off my computer. I freaking hate this program. Sorry,
I
it
need
slows my
Skype,
computer
'cause
down.
I talk to my,
It
I
does.
talk to other people.
It gets its hooks in and doesn't want to let go.
Yeah, the Stalker series it's in my list of really fun, really scary games to play. I mean, it's not that scary to me, but I like playing them because they're horror-based games. Wait a minute, I'm sitting here. When does this Resident Evil remaster hit?
I think that's out. Is it?
I have an install
No, we
button,
have a
so
review.
yes, apparently.
Yeah.
I know
That's-
exactly what I'll be hitting install on as soon as this call is over, and I know what I'll be doing.
I mean,
tomorrow
that's
night
that's
after I get
an
off.
interesting. I guess we'll talk about that now, because I'm just like, why are they remastering this again? They've done it already. They've done it a bunch of times already. They've released Resident Evil for so many systems
I believe the answer is because it sells.
because it's
And-
Capcom, and I'm like, there are two things that
Honestly,
are interesting about this to me. But I'll listen to you first, Jeremy.
I'm buying it because, well, actually, I already bought it. I'm buying it simply because I loved that game. I always loved survival horror puzzle games, and there aren't that many. And the first two Resident Evil 1, 2, and 0 are really about the only ones that come to mind
What about
immediately.
Code
There's all
Veronica?
the other- I never actually got to play it. So I'm looking forward to them being remastered and on the PC because I don't have really any other game system except PC and Xbox 360 right now. And, if I can
Now,
get it on my computer, I like that so much more.
one thing I'm pretty sure this is right. I'm pretty sure. You need to go into the menus to turn on 60 frames per second in this remaster.
That's fine. My computer probably won't run it anyway. I have a
Right.
graphics.
Okay.
So they physically.
There are
Throttled
two
it?
things about this. First of all, I didn't really expect it to get that good of good scores, especially from us, a hardcore gamer. My superior Beck decided to he reviewed it and he liked it. He gave it like a check out that review. The second thing is why don't they remaster Resident Evil 2 already? Because it would be hard, and because this has already been done. This is actually an HD version of the GameCube remake, which everyone loved when it came out. Everyone's like, "Oh my god,
Yeah.
this looks amazing!"
I
Um,
actually bought a GameCube only to play all of the Resident Evil games on. That is the only reason I bought a GameCube, because you could get all the games for it, and I just never managed to because Resident Evil 2, or was it 3, on GameCube was actually really hard to find. But the time I
Really?
got to it.
I
Yeah,
know they
it
were all
was-
released there.
Mhm.
I know
It
they're
was
somewhere.
like the most expensive place system to buy it for. But
That's pretty crazy.
whatever.
I know they
Yeah.
released Resident Evil 2 on Nintendo 64 for some reason. But so I was really surprised how good a reception this got. And because
I'm not.
Capcom has kind of Capcom has started to fall into the pitfall of let's remaster everything. We're going to be getting DMC Definitive Edition really soon. We're going to be getting Devil May Cry 4 Special Edition. We're going to be getting all these remasters and remakes and blah, 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 and I'm just like...
Here's the thing. They have realized that they can no longer figure out how to make a decent Resident Evil game. Because they haven't in quite a while. So they're trying to milk the old ones for money. You know, and if they do well enough, here's my hope. If these are received well enough, and they keep remastering the older ones, maybe they'll actually start to go back to that game format. Maybe they'll see there are people who still want to play this kind of game. Why don't you make this... No, I mean survival horror, puzzle-based games, not just shooters, which is... It seems like that's what Resident Evil kind of turned into. And there's so much story, there's so much lore, there's such deep background.
I say this because everyone's just gone robot-y for me for a second there.
Only Jeremy was going.
Jeremy was.
I wonder if Jeremy's like downloading anything.
No.
I'm looking at the footage on the Steam page, and it looks good. Those 60 frames, son.
But man, have you got out that fast? Wow.
The situation that I'm seeing, I've written about Resident Evil a ton of times, and one thing that I did is right when Resident Evil 4, like Ultimate HD Edition, was released on PC. Or it was announced. I pretty much said, it's clear that they don't know what to do with this, because no one liked Resident Evil 6. Resident Evil 5, not very many people liked. So they're just kind of falling back on re-releasing Resident Evil 4, a game that they know everyone liked, and remastering the first Resident Evil because they've already done it once. How hard can this new one be? And now there have been some good detours, like they made Resident Evil Revelations did pretty well. Revelations 2 is on the way. That's doing... People are a little excited about it. Now, there is one thing about Resident Evil 5 that I think that they should look at. There was some DLC for it called Lost in Nightmares, which was taking the scene from the original Resident Evil and putting it in the same engine as Resident Evil 5. So you get to play as Chris and Jill throughout, right before they meet Wesker in Resident Evil. And I played that DLC, and you really don't have many weapons throughout that. For the most part, you don't have any weapons at all. And I'm thinking, this is what Resident Evil 5 should have been. Well, why wasn't it like this? I don't want weapons. I want to be scared because the whole time you're being stalked by this giant freaky monster.
Outlast was a good one that kind of accomplished that. You had to figure out how to get around places, and you just couldn't fight. If they caught up to you, what was it that big guy always screamed something about breaking your butt?
I never play Outlast because I don't like jump scares. So
okay, if you don't want to play it, go to 2 Saiyans Play and watch Krillin playing it from Team 4 Star.
Okay,
it's hilarious. Vegeta
I've seen other people play it. I've seen Critical play it, and of course he never gets scared of anything, except once, but that was completely unrelated. Yeah. But I love watching him play horror games because he's always like maddening jump scare from what was that Half-Life game with the mod Cry of Fear or something like that.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
I was going to talk about that in a little bit.
Now that you guys, we're having our fun in chat right now. Like,
well, now we're gonna listen to you, Kat.
What?
We're gonna listen to you since you have something that's apparently more interesting than us.
Yeah, you haven't chimed in a while.
Well,
I made it funny.
Shivo and Nara were saying they were Olivia Newton-John and John Travolta, and then Cartel just says, "Who's Olivia? Who's John?" So Shivo was like, "I call Olivia. I mean John." And then Nara said, "It doesn't matter. We'll be making Grease Lightning when we're together."
You kids are weird.
That's so sweet.
Oh my
They
Oh.
found each other through the internets. Go forth,
No.
be free.
Cry of
Anyways.
Fear is
Watch
actually
Critical
a
Play
free-to-play
PT.
game.
That was great. What?
Cry
Oh,
of Fear
oh.
is actually free-to-play now. I started playing it a little bit the other day. I only got a couple minutes in before I had to leave, but I mean, considering how old it is, it seems pretty fun, and it's got a co-op mode. So I'm trying to convince Raytog to play with the two of us in voice chat, and he'll like stream it. He'll be Tog, and I'll be a Khajiit, because I'm good at playing a Khajiit.
Nice.
I'm a little too good at playing a Khajiit, because I'm annoying.
Uh,
Oh man, on the topic of remastering games, there are so many games that I wish they would remaster because they were so fun, but with like better graphics would just be like the full package of a game, but they won't do it. Ah, it's painstaking sometimes.
I mean, I have a Nintendo and a Super Nintendo emulator on this computer for a reason. I've got a lot of old games that I love playing. The first Zelda game, that's still fun to play through for me.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, especially if I don't look at my map files that I made, because then I can never remember all this crap. Let's see.
Yeah, but I think some
mean,
companies take remastering overboard.
They do.
I
They
mean,
really do.
because
I have no idea what you're talking. Nintendo. Yeah, I have no idea what you're talking about at all. Mario.
because well, besides that, but like yeah, like Nara said, they were like Final Fantasy X and X 2 HD. They remastered it, but it was for the same console system. Like it was for PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4. Why not put it to PC? Like why not switch that and put it to PC?
Yeah.
Or the fact that we totally, I'm gonna bring this up again, which people say, oh no, it wasn't being trolled, but I swear to God, Square Enix trolled us again with re-releasing Final Fantasy VII. Like, are you flipping kidding me? Like, you didn't change anything, you didn't even remaster it, you're just relaunching it. Because it was relaunched for PC, so you're relaunching
why did you
it on-
expect them to remaster that game? They're
Because
never
that
going to
would be
remaster
awesome.
that game.
Do you
It would be
realize,
freaking
like,
amazing.
if it looked like
I
Advent
know it
Children,
would be awesome. I
Oh
know
my
it would be
God.
awesome. But do you expect them to do it?
Yeah, that's true. They have, you know, an personality person thing as their main person now.
God, Lightning is like, ugh. Lightning
my
is
God.
creepy. Lightning is creepy because she's so emotionless. She's like a doll, and they let you dress her up. It's so creepy.
Yeah, if
Like
they would
it's clear
spend time,
that what it's clear you just know what Toriyama was thinking when he was doing that.
Okay, so if they spent all that time doing Final Fantasy 13, whatever, how
With
many
the character
numbers
that
of
no one
13,
likes.
and then spent that time and effort into 7 and made it like Advent Children, you know how much happier the whole community of Final Fantasy people would be? We would just
Not
be
to
shitting
mention-
ourselves in excitement.
Not to
Shit
mention
up
the
walls,
millions
all
and
over the
millions of dollars
ceiling.
they would make.
We'd be shitting everywhere.
You know what I'm surprised they haven't done yet? How come they haven't like
Shit on the
re-released
walls?
Final Fantasy 12? That came out on PS2.
Well,
Why haven't they
Final Fantasy
re-released
12
that? It
was,
seems
Hey,
no, it's not that it's good. It's that well, I've never played it. It's just that it's so easy to do. I'm surprised they haven't milked that one.
hey, I got one they need to remaster.
Yeah.
Hey Bethesda, Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas, fix the
Oh.
damn games.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's not remastered. That's just fix it. That's something.
Well, remaster it while you're at it. Add some new textures, maybe a few new guns.
Stop the crashes.
Whatever you want.
Yeah. I mean, I've never had any huge issues with it myself, but I know a lot of people when they played it had major problems.
Oh yeah.
You
this
have
guy.
to do a lot
So-
of stuff to make it work on like Windows 7.
I didn't
I mean-
actually have to do anything, oddly enough. I guess
I had
maybe
to-
I just had
yeah.
a lot of luck.
I had to get a special pack that they have on the forums.
Hmm.
Yeah.
What the
done
fuck
with
are you
all
showing me,
things.
Evan? Why are you showing me this shit? My
Trying to
guy
think
who
of
I
any
used
other
to
games that would be awesome remastered.
What the fuck is this shit?
You know what game I wish they would remaster, add to, and just generally do again?
Yeah.
Vampire Bloodlines.
Mm.
I
be nice
love
redone.
that game. I still play that game sometimes, and that game's like, what, 10 plus years
Oh
old?
yeah.
It's
Is it
got
really
great
that
writing,
old?
great story, great.
Or they just started playing it
look.
recently.
I mean, Josh gave me a copy of it a long time ago that I played, and then once I actually started buying stuff on Steam, you know, that was one of the first things I actually bought. I mean, as far as games that involve vampires, it's probably got the best writing. The stealth system works beautifully. Yeah, it was released in November of 2004, so it is a little bit over 10 years old. The voice acting is really good. I mean,
Well, they tried.
What's
They tried remaking Vampire the Masquerade, but they completely butchered it by calling it dark.
no, that was not. That was just. Oh, dear
I was
God.
just waiting for-
Yeah, I love when Yahtzee reviews Dark because he's always
Okay.
like they do this stupid Vampire the Masquerade thing where they name all the powers like something stupid like celerity or something.
I love stealth games. I love stealth puzzle games. Dark made me want to find the people who made the game and draw and quarter them. Do any of you know what that entails? For those of you who don't, that's something they used to do in Great Britain for people who committed treason or something. You're hung until you're almost dead. Then they cut you down, slowly start taking pieces of you off, remove your entrails and burn them in front of you while you're still alive, and then they decapitate you.
Yeah, lots of effort.
I could have gone without that description. You could have just left it
I
at
They
Google
describe
it.
it National. They described
fun
it
in that?
National Treasure 1 because they were discussing if the people who wrote the Declaration of Independence for the U.S. and the Constitution and everything, if the British had gotten a hold of them, that's what would have happened to them.
Okay, that was an awful movie.
I like that movie.
It was a Nicolas Cage movie.
Dude, I hate Nicolas Cage.
Oh,
man.
he's so funny.
I love all
Not
of
because
his
he's trying to
movies.
be.
Purely because of that aspect. It's just like everyone goes to the movies for one, like a specific thing, and you get that
That's my
every
Nicolas
time,
Cage impression.
and it works.
And my description of that thing was no more horrible than anything else we've talked about on here.
Fucking long is
Hentai.
Damn it, Evan! Why does he send me this shit?
What did he send you?
Which we're assuming.
Hentai.
He sent me like this Imgur of this like webcomic. I think it's a webcomic. I don't even know if it's a webcomic or not. Dating a Team Magma grunt. Like the main character from Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire is dating like one of the girls who works for Team Magma. And I'm like, why did you send me this, Evan? Are you drunk again? He's probably drunk again. Why?
I don't even.
Damn it,
I
Evan.
don't even want to know. I just don't even want to know.
Apparently, he thought you'd like to know.
Why?
so-
What is this? Is this? I don't even know if this is a webcomic or not. Is it? It looks legit. It looks like a real manga. But great. Now I gotta look it up. Fuck this shit, Evan.
It was Demon the Fallen you wanted me to look up, right, Carthnal?
Demon the Descent.
The Demon the Descent, yeah. Demon the Fallen was what it was before,
Okay.
when it was Old World of Darkness. So I get the two confused. I did look into it if you guys want me to go into that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well,
'cause
this
I
is
only
no
know
topic,
little
so-
tidbits. Sure.
Okay.
And I am the
Um,
curious.
Oh, it's a
I will
doujinshi.
let you know if you turn too robot-y, though.
Okay. Well, I started shutting down all the programs I have running in the background, and I'll be closing down Chrome here in a little bit, so that might help, but I doubt it.
What the fuck?
Okay. Basically, they sort of rebooted their reboot. You know how they went from Old World of Darkness, which was gothic punk horror stuff, to the New World of Darkness, which is a little bit different. And then they released another expansion, for lack of a better term, called the God Machine Chronicle, which just kind of rebooted their reboot. And essentially, God is now neither the one from Judeo-Christian or Muslim or Hindu or anything else. It's just some kind of machine that no one can understand the concept of. And
Mango.
demons... yeah.
I'm sorry.
Demons who refer
I'm
to
sorry.
themselves
He
as the
said
Unchained.
mango.
Demons are... Basically what happens is you're a construct. You're something that this God machine creates. And I'm trying to find... There was a really nicely put setting in here, but I'm having trouble finding it all because I closed a bunch of stuff. Basically, your character is a construct that broke free of the plan. You did something wrong. Maybe originally your purpose was to make sure this one person died and you fell in love with them and decided not to kill them, or you just decided you didn't want to kill them. Or your job was to make sure, all of the pigeons were in the right place at the right time, and you tried to find a more efficient way to put the pigeons where they're supposed to go. The point is, you did something you weren't supposed to, so you have fallen, and now you're a construct with free will. So it's kind of weird in that it's not what people traditionally think of as demons. It's more esoteric, and just in general, the system just seems very, very different from previous White Wolf, to the point where it's just very unique. I had trouble getting a hold of the rule books, so I'm kind of just going off of what I'm able to read from what everyone else is writing about it. So I'm going to try and get a hold of the rule book, but because it at least sounds interesting. The good note says it is something very different. It's something very unique that you're not going to find a lot of. The bad point is also kind of a good point, depending on the player. It is not a ready-built system.
Right.
It is very much customizable. It's very story-centered. It's not real rule-centered. Like they said, if you're going to play it, the God Machine expansion book for the New World of Darkness actually isn't necessary, because all the rules you need from it are in the Demon book.
Okay.
And it's about 100 pages of that, and then about another 300 pages of flavor text. So it is definitely a White Wolf book. It's basically a small novel in between the rules. So the downside is also an upside. Like I said, it's very story driven. There's not a whole lot of prefab rules. It's almost seeming to start to go into the realm of cyberpunk or sci-fi, and a little bit less away from horror, but it looks a lot more interesting than the original Demon from the Old World of Darkness was, because the old Demon game, honestly, for me, kind of fell into the same category as Wraith from the Old World of Darkness, where angst was actually a stat. And that pretty much tells you all you need to know right there. But it at least looks like it might be interesting to go through.
It should be. A couple of my friends helped kickstart it, so they pledged enough, so they got a couple of the books and stuff, which I didn't actually look at, but
yeah,
it looks like some effort was at least put in, which is good.
Yeah, well, it looks like they put a lot of effort into it, and it's very different from the typical idea of what demons are in a lot of ways, because they're not embodiments of evil. Which is kind of what they were in the Old World of Darkness, and then when the New World of Darkness first came out, they were just sort of ambiguous embodiments of evil, because the New World of Darkness really tried to get away because the old World of Darkness, you know, there was Cain that started the vampires, and there was a lot of Judeo-Christian stuff in it. And the new World of Darkness tried to make that all a lot more ambiguous and really get away from the idea that, you know, Cain was definitely not the first vampire. So it seems like they're trying to go something new. But yeah,
Well,
it looks like it might actually be fun to check out at some point.
Yeah, absolutely. Although on
It's a
like
lot better than
the
the other.
topic of like role playing stuff, if we could work our schedules around it, we totally need to get an online thing for our group going because that would be freaking just insanely awesome. Obviously, because I got this job today, my schedule's going to change drastically, so I don't know when we can, but I really want to find a time. Like, really, really want to find a time. It's been a while.
Yeah.
I can run or play, I don't care, but like, you know, something. It could be any game too. Just if it's a game I don't know, give me time to learn it.
So a game that just came out that is really pretty, but I have a feeling is way too confusing for me, and I know it's going to be up your boat, Carthnal, is Elite Dangerous.
Oh, yes.
I've been watching people play it non-stop, and it looks like an upgraded graphics version of, like, Faster Than Light. Because it was, like, all this intricacy that's like, oh, you have to upgrade this, and you have to do this, and then you... I was like, wait, it kind of looks like ArcAge, because they're doing trade runs to get money? What?
Okay. Interesting.
So, I'm like, yes?
See, now, when you said right up my boat, I was like, this could be a Waterworld thing. Maybe. Maybe.
Right up your boat.
Well, yeah, I have seen a couple things about it. It looks pretty interesting. I do want to play it.
But yeah, no, like, I was watching it, and I had it full screened, and I was, like, sitting there, and anytime they went into hyperdrive, I was like, I could feel myself being pulled forward and then, like, pushed back by just, like, watching it. I'm like, this is awesome. And then I was like, what if you had, like, the 3 monitors, like, all across, and then you just panned the entire game across the 3 monitors? Dude, it would be amazing.
I can do that.
And your graphics card would melt.
I have 3 TV-sized monitors. I could do this.
Oh, I'm so special.
Oh, I got them for free. It's not exactly special. 2 of them I found and fixed. 1 of them I got from my granddad.
But the next thing you know, his, like, entire computer blows up.
Probably.
I was gonna say.
Yeah. Like I said, your graphics card would probably die.
I only have a 660, which is a little bit old now, so probably.
The question is, you can go into hyperdrive. Can you go to plaid? Come on, no one here watches Spaceballs. Come on.
No, I get that joke. I get that joke.
They've gone to plaid. Like I said at the beginning, I'm tired. Expect me to be extra loopy tonight.
It's too funny to comment properly on. The words are awesome.
Let's see. Open up.
Oh, man. Also, Alex, before when you told me the Roxy capture card was absolutely shit, I believe you.
Wait, what?
I've
Is it bad?
I've been using this, the capture card.
Yeah.
The footage that it captures looks like it's incredibly overexposed. Like you could have just sat with a camcorder in front of your TV and it probably would have been better.
Oh.
Like,
Wow.
it's very bad. Things aren't syncing up properly. And, like, I don't know why. And it's not like it's like, you can't blame it on, like, cheap cables and shit, because I bought, like, proper, like, gold-plated cables and things for the proper connection. And it's still shit, so it's like, what the hell? Don't buy one of these, and if you already have one, I feel so sorry for you. Oh, no. Oh, no. So bad.
I need to buy 3 more Steam games.
Why 3?
What are those?
Because I have 97 games.
Oh, jeez.
Do it.
I think you should buy
games.
Sakura Spirits.
What's
I
that?
have that game. It's yeah. My friend gave it to me.
Let's see, what's cheap as hell on Steam right now?
A lot of things.
You know they made a new one to the Sakura Spirit collection?
Not at all.
Yeah, I can't remember what it's called, but it was on the anime weekend that they had a couple weeks back.
Those deals that I actually want to buy things from always come along when I have no money. It's
Well,
like, oh.
The worst part about it is, like,
Anime weekend.
I had, like, $20 that I was like, oh, it's anime weekend. Awesome, I'm gonna buy something. So the only thing I bought was Rusted. And then I was like, oh, well, I'll come back and I'll look at them and then, like, purchase another one because I wanted to do, like, another, like, Sims dating thing for a Valentine's Day stream.
Right.
And then I was like, why is it not on there anymore? I'm like, what? And then I realized it was a weekday stream or a weekend stream, and I was like, what? What? Like, why must it just be the weekend? Why must Steam just be the weekend? Like, why wasn't a weekly deal? Because I thought it was one of the weekly deals.
Yeah, if it was weekly, that would have been fantastic because I would have been able to get it. Oh.
Yeah. It was
On the plus side, I could get pizza now. So I mean,
you can get
maybe.
pizza now?
Yeah, because I have money now. Also, I haven't eaten all day, so I'm like, I want food that comes right to me. It's that or Thai food. One of two.
Dude, that game is so pretty.
Out of sale, there's two games I wanted from it. Was the the Long Live the Queen one because my friend said that's hilarious to play, and Recitero. What I don't know.
Are you guys talking about
interesting
creepy anime bullshit?
Because why not? You of all people should understand.
Anime bullshit. I don't understand your creepy anime, dude.
It's okay.
I don't understand.
Alex has secretly played Hatoful Boyfriend. He beat it in all the endings.
I don't want to play that game. It looks boring.
I saw
who
What?
It was
That's that
Peanut Butter
one,
Gamer did a video on that. And I'm like, what the hell is this? Why is that bird a psycho? Like in the video, he's like, this bird is like whispering to himself, and I'm like, I'm not playing that. No. I'm not playing that.
No one ever suspects the birds.
I'll kill the birds. My BB gun. That's creepy. That's a creepy game. Because these birds apparently have very deep personalities. And I'm like, someone decided one day that they're just going to give these photorealistic birds extremely deep human-esque personalities. And we're supposed to take it seriously.
See, here's the thing, though.
Like, I'm not.
If you watch the game and you look at the game, each character has like an actual like picture, like a person, human being picture. So, which way is the game being perceived? That they're birds, or that their pictures are birds, but they're actually real people?
And maybe the protagonist is a bird.
Maybe.
I'm still not playing it though. It's
right
still a
there.
load of shit. I'll play a real game. It's not Hatoful Boyfriend. Let me see. Like, what do I got in here that would be good?
So I found a very pretty game on Steam that is a Japanese watercolor game. That, oh my god, it's so pretty. I can't figure out what it's called though. Oh.
Do you
it's
ever?
on
Have
sale
you ever
right
gone
now.
into your?
Oh, by the way,
have
it's
you ever
called
gone into your
Sakura
Steam
Angels.
pile?
What? My Steam pile? Yeah.
What about
You wanna-
Sakura Angels?
It's the sequel to Sakura, whatever, the other Sakura.
If it was Sakura Wars, then I'd be on board with that because I've been trying to find that game all week.
Tengami. Tengami is so it looks so pretty, and the name of it, or the idea behind it, is it's an adventure game set inside a Japanese pop-up book. Fold and slide the beautifully crafted paper world to solve puzzles and discover secrets. And it looks like a watercolor book, and it's so pretty. Like, Tengami, I will, as soon as I get money, I will be 100% buying that game because it looks so pretty. The reviews on it are very positive, so that's a plus side at least. And I found another game that I have to buy and play on stream. I have to. It's called Cat Goes Fishing.
Oh, I saw that on the front page. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Absolutely perfect.
I found a game that'd be fun to play.
It's not like ridiculous fishing.
No.
What the heck is wrong with this animation? The cat's just arm
I will
is
be
like
trying
on
Magic
a hinge.
Diaries at some point. It's on my Steam pile.
What the heck is this? This game looks dumb. I'm
What?
sorry.
Cat
Just
Goes
like-
I like
Fishing?
his little hat though.
Cat Goes Fishing? What's wrong?
It might be hilarious to
what's
point out that that Magic Flower thing is actually in my Steam pile currently.
Have you ever, like, one day I was looking in my Steam pile and I saw a game, and for a split second I forgot where I got it.
I have an entire list.
I have over
inside my
300
Steam pile
games in this.
called "How the fuck did I get these games?" Because I don't know. I've gone through my purchases. I didn't buy them. Somebody's either given it to me or they've just magically appeared.
Like, I have Galactic Civilizations 2 Ultimate Edition. I'm like, where did I get that?
I think
I'm
Steam
like,
just gives people
probably
things.
a Humble Bundle.
Because
I have all these games
most
that I
likely
just-
Humble.
All these games that I haven't played yet. I did start Transistor though, and that game is good.
I've heard good
Jesus,
things.
its combat is so good. It's so good, and it's
There's
its
Dominion
soundtrack.
Online.
Transistor is made by the people who made Bastion, and the soundtrack in Transistor is so amazing. It's amazing. And the style is great. It's so different than Bastion, but it's got this whole Kill la Kill main character, like some girl with some object talks to her. Speaking of Kill la Kill, apparently they're going to put it on Toonami at no surprise to anyone.
Well,
Like,
I wonder
no
if they're
one-
going to
like-
censor it hardcore. Yes, Dominion the board
Probably.
game right now is currently on the Humble Bundle. This week's Humble Bundle. It's card game bundle, and it has
I'm like, whatever.
Dominion Online, and an expansion, property expansion, Magic 2015,
Boring.
meh, Soul Forge, meh, Scrolls, meh.
It's boring.
Talisman,
Don't buy
meh.
it. Buy the beat 'em up one instead. It has Double Dragon Neon. Really good game. Guacamelee. Really good game. I don't know about any of the others though. I think Fist of
I was gonna
Jesus
say,
is
but
kinda
I would
bad,
honestly
though.
pay the $8 just to have Dominion Online. So
I need
but
to
yes.
find some anime to watch.
Kill la Kill is coming to Toonami, and I'm wondering
That's
how
completely
badly.
unsurprising in any way.
Yeah, but how badly are they
I
going to
don't think they'll
censor it?
censor it.
Really?
I don't think they'll censor it because it's Adult Swim now. They kept Dead Man Wonderland. The only thing they censored was the language. That's it. Everything else was fine.
Speaking
I
of
don't
weird
think they'll censor
censorship,
Kill.
Hotline Miami 2 is getting censored out completely. We're not even getting it on shelves in Australia.
Because of
Aw.
rape scene. And I use quotations because it is a rape scene in a movie
but
in the
What?
game.
here is the thing that's cool. The people that made it went, all right, so you can all just have it for free, everyone that's in Australia.
They based the hot. Okay, here's this thing with the Hotline Miami 2 thing. Apparently, there's a scene in Hotline Miami 2 of a movie set, and in the movie, in the game, there is a supposed rape scene. And of course, Australia's like, oh, can't have that, ban it. So they
Right.
banned it from Australia.
It's like
Now,
8-bit
between
and less than what you would see in movies and or TV shows.
Yeah, I mean,
There's-
like between Karth, my friend Khan, who was in the chat last week, and a journalist friend I know named
Khan
Tabitha,
is in the chat tonight,
th-
isn't he?
who all live in Australia, everyone's like, you have an 18 rating.
Yeah,
Why don't
we
you
recently
fucking
just
use
got
it?
a like they only just implemented the R18 plus rating. So like there were games like even Left 4 Dead when that originally came out had to be taken away, censored, and brought back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Khan wrote up a really good editorial on Hardcore Gamer about how Australia just doesn't treat gamers well, and I'm like,
Yeah.
he's from Australia, so you should really understand. His perspective is valid. And the thing is, and you were right, Karth. He said the developer said, "Oh, if you're on Australia, why don't you just go pirate the game? We don't care."
Exactly. Like they
And I'm
even
like,
put in their
wow.
post that they will like put it where like we can find it. They're gonna like here's where it is.
Shut
Go
up,
get it.
Nara. Shut up.
In fact, for the last one, apparently they even went and patched the pirated version of the first one that people had. It's like you can have to patch anyway. It's fine.
I mean, it's disappointing because you have an 18 rating.
Mm.
Why does
It's-
everything need to be censored? Why can't you just treat gamers like adults?
The things that get censored are anything at all involving women. Doesn't matter if both men and women die in that scene. If a lady dies, then we lose the game.
I mean,
or
Australia
something
is
happens.
I have lost the
notorious
game, damn it.
Yeah.
for censorship. I mean, there's a bunch of stories like
Yeah.
games that have gotten banned and what reason.
Well, that's the thing
I
is,
know
like,
that
GTA 5
Wolfenstein got banned in Germany for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
Pokemon got banned in Saudi Arabia because they thought it promoted Zionism. I have no idea how, but Australia bans games because they feel like it.
Pretty much. Unfortunately, they're always getting banned for the same reason. It's always, there was violence against women in it. But it's always games that have violence against everybody in it that are getting banned, which is weird. So it's like
What about-
GTA
yeah, I mean-
5's been taken off shelves, not banned completely, but can't be sold physically in stores because of
No, that
the
was
violence
that
against
was
women thing.
was that
Um,
Target? I think it was
Yeah.
just Target.
um,
That had its own. I mean, like
Yeah.
the situation is treat us like adults.
Exactly. That's the
Well-
thing is, the biggest issue is really bad parenting, and Australia is full of it.
I was
Like,
gonna say because
it very clearly says on the box with a giant sticker, not suitable for the ages of blah blah blah.
here's the thing.
And-
Here's the argument though. As being someone who is very close with both my nephews, who are 11 and 14, they're playing Grand Theft Auto. They're playing Call of Duty. They're requesting games that are 18 plus. It's not based on, hey, treat us like we're mature. It's the fact that kids are young and are playing these games. And it doesn't matter whether they're 18 plus or not, or whether the gaming companies are catering to 18 plus, or if they're catering to the fact that they're going to sell more copies. It's the fact that it's in the kids' hands. And
ultimately,
parents.
that fault comes down to the parents. They should
Yeah.
know if their kid is mature enough mentally to be
All
able
it
to
just
handle
takes is
what
one
these games imply.
situation. The thing gets banned. That means no one can play it.
yeah, and this
That's garbage.
that's when it was like when you were saying, oh well, like we're mature, like treat us like we're mature. Well, it's not us that we have to worry about with these games. It's the little ones. And honestly,
Stupid shit kids.
Yeah.
why
So,
not go back to the
Parenting
fact
is so bad here that I am of the opinion that you should have a fucking license to have kids here because,
yeah.
oh dear God. Like,
But-
some of the parents, I feel like walking up to them and going, just slap them in the face and be like, be a parent for fuck's sake. Go and take care
a
of your
test.
kid,
You got to take a
Yeah.
test.
Take a fucking
I
test.
say that in a polite way to parents on a daily basis.
Yeah, if
Yeah.
you can drive, if you need a license to drive a car, you should have a license to be able to take care of children, because child care workers need one. So,
Or animals.
yeah,
Like I see people, oh, I got this little puppy. And then when this big dog, they send it to the puppy mill.
and that's
We
the
know
thing.
what
It's like,
happens there.
I mean, over Christmas here, you have the ad campaign that is "Don't give pets for Christmas" because children lose interest real quickly. Like it's rampant over here. Parents are horrible in so many aspects for just stupid reasons, and it's like, oh my god, just get out of my country, please.
See,
Now-
and now maybe you can clear this up for me, Cars.
Sure.
you cannot sell
Mm.
a mature or 18 rated game to a minor. Correct?
No, you can't. It is
You will be
illegal.
arrested.
Yes. However,
Well, there you go.
this is what the police will say to you if you say to someone this store selling these games, we have better things to do with our time. That is their line. Like, it's the unfortunate truth, but you know, they don't there's no enforcement of it at all. It's just
That's interesting.
But if some store was rampantly selling tobacco to minors,
Yeah.
tobacco's
Yeah.
illegal for minors there, right?
and yes, and we
What's the drinking age in
recognize-
Australia? I can't remember.
Yeah, what's the
18.
drinking age in Australia?
18.
18.
Oh.
Yep. I know for you guys it's 21, but
Yeah.
we understood very quickly that by 18 they're already drinking.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And if you make the drinking age 18, then it doesn't have as much of a taboo once you hit 18.
Exactly.
I know so many
Right.
people that as soon as they hit 21, they stopped drinking
Yeah.
because it wasn't taboo anymore.
Because they're not
Exactly.
getting away
Yeah.
with it. They don't.
And-
They're just like, drinking.
Like, you know, here's the thing. Like, over there, you learn to drive quite early, and yet you can't drink. It's like the responsibility is different there. It's like, here at 14, you can learn to drive, so it's like, well, it's not that long before you have that another milestone, which is being able to drink if you're responsible enough.
How old do you have to be
Yeah.
to ride a kangaroo? Do you need, I wanna know.
I wouldn't want to try. Those things will kill you.
If
Well, not if you're good at riding them. You can ride horses. You can ride. I don't know what other livestock. Emus.
No.
No,
let,
that's
let- let me put
Kangaroos
it this way.
will freaking kill you.
You don't.
They will kick you. You will die.
They'll
Yes.
kick you in the face.
On a side note
Here-
of things, back to the quick topic that I was gonna say about this whole
Yeah.
video game censorship debate
Yeah.
is why not have the games that are purely majority of adult content on specific, like, hey, you have to have a license to do this, or you have to have like the access of, like, you have to show ID to get in, or stuff like that, that make it even harder, instead of parents being like, oh, you want Call of Duty, I can go to Target and get Call of Duty. If they
Here's the problem with that.
Mm.
It's going to be just like DRM
Mm.
is. It's a pain in the ass for
Age
those of us that
DRM.
follow the rules,
Hmm.
and people who don't want to follow the rules are just going to find a way around it.
Yeah.
Like it's either that or
it's-
no one gets it though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree
I
with
mean,
Bertram in the
Or
chat here.
you could just go, well, this is a parent's responsibility to keep this out of their kids' hands. Don't be an
You
idiot. And
Australians
if
are
your kid,
extremely authoritarian. I mean, it's making a libertarian like me cringe.
It's more that in general, our populace has a very great respect for our people in authority because they don't fuck up on quite a regular basis. Just saying. But they're not like. But the reason they don't fuck up on a regular basis is because they're not as scared as your cops are. Like, to get a gun here, to get it into the country is incredibly difficult. Not many people have them. Even the criminals here, it's very difficult for them. You know, so the enforcement people, they don't have to scale up their arms level because they're the few people with the handguns. Like, our cops have had mounted cameras for a long time. Like, we've always just thought that was a good idea, and every single one of them carries the taser and the gun and the pepper spray and all that crap. So it's, you know, there's more respect for them because they also help with little things. Like, it's, you know, here you're encouraged from a very young age to go up to a policeman if you need something. It could be as simple as, do you need directions? Are you lost? Like what's going on? And they will help you because that's the way it is for us over here. I don't know if that's the same for you guys, but our policemen are very approachable.
it's the way it used to be.
Yeah.
It's not these days.
Mm.
There was actually just a story that broke within the last couple of days that there's a police department down in Florida that's kind of in trouble because on their firing range they were using pictures of minorities.
Mm.
Not like the little target silhouette. No, like
Which is
actual
close.
fucking pictures.
Wow. That's really bad.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, they're in a little bit of hot water over that one.
I bet.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
I don't know. I see a bunch of stupid stuff going on.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously,
Yeah.
in every country, you're gonna always have those people that disrespect, the authority figures and whatnot, and that's just what happens. But the majority of us go, "Well, you're a fuckhead." Because
Yeah.
Okay, so a quick thing.
yeah,
Did anyone hear about the Gamergate raid?
the raid. No,
Raid? There's a raid now?
Okay,
This I
if
wanna
I
hear
recall correctly, and this is why I'm asking for information on this, because there was something that came up in my Twitter feed and quickly disappeared. That GG, Gamergate, had called a SWAT team on another person who was doing quote-unquote streaming, but was offline at the time.
Here's my view, and I try to sidestep this issue professionally so much. Here's the situation, and some people might cry at it. And this is a problem I think that it has when it's open door. It's unorganized. Anyone can use the hashtag. I mean, anyone can use the hashtag, including
Exactly.
people who are just out to fuck shit up. And that was probably, I mean, now don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that. I think that both sides have a lot of scummy people on them because I've seen them. My friends retweet them. I hate shame retweets. I think that's terrible. I don't like it when people say, "Hey, look at this stupid idiot." I don't like don't do that. Come on.
Well, no, the reason...
From what I can, from the situation,
I'm quite
from what
glad
I
that I have
heard.
no clue what the hell any of you are talking
Good,
about.
good.
Yeah.
This is a big problem, and it's something that
Twitter
Gamergate
exists,
is
what?
like. It's just this. It's this consumer revolt of people who are tired of game journalism treating them disrespectfully. That's really what I think it is. I've talked to people on both sides of this, and there are some very scummy people on both sides. And now the people who I've talked to on both sides of this are generally pretty reasonable about it. Because even as a game journalist, I feel that there are a lot of people in the industry who are acting extremely irresponsibly. I think that
I just want to quote
That's-
and put the reason I brought this up, and I didn't want an explanation of Gamergate because I do not want Slash Chat Podcast to have anything of Gamergate information or anything advocating or
Sure.
going against. I don't want anything.
Stay out
But
of it.
what I was wondering and why I brought this up was because it disappeared off of Twitter. Like, it was there and then disappeared. And that's why I was saying, has anyone heard of this? Because I wanted to know.
I heard about it.
Okay.
I don't think the person was involved in. I think it was just a shit stir.
Really?
Just like they're like, I think it's just what they call third party trolls.
Okay.
Just people who go in and are just trying to
Will
fuck
enjoy
with both.
kicking the topic off again, basically, because they want to see the rage.
Because there have been people on both sides who have gotten swatted, and swatting
Oh,
is,
yeah.
is.
Ridiculous
Yeah,
and a waste
yeah.
of time and money for the.
So I'm just going to say this, and we'll close down the subject. Don't swat people. Don't reveal personal information for people. If you do that, I don't care why you're doing it. I don't care how right you think you are. If you're doing it, you shouldn't be doing it. End of story. I don't care why you're doing it. I don't care who you're doing it for. If you do it, you're bad. Stop it. End of discussion.
Which brings the whole point. Just because you can do something doesn't mean you should.
Should.
And a lot
Just
of people
because we can give games to
ignore that.
kids doesn't mean we should.
Yeah.
And Gabi, I don't think it was good game because you don't talk about good game and swatting.
Yeah, that's why
It's
I
a
was...
very complicated issue, Jeremy, and a lot of people like me are just like,
Yeah. I was
some
just
ideas are
wondering
right,
if people had heard of
some
it
ideas are.
because it disappeared.
If you want to see how deep the rabbit hole goes, go ahead and look
Nope.
it up. But
Yeah, no.
okay,
Nope.
you're a
That's
wise
the-
man.
Don't care.
No.
Don't care at
What,
all.
you see what's in my hand right now? You see this? This is
How
how many
much you
fucks
don't-
I give.
Fair enough.
But I'm
But yeah.
exposed to it a lot because I know people who are involved in
I
it.
don't need to know about you exposing
fucks
yourself.
were given that.
Alex exposing himself.
I don't know why we brought
Right
this
here
up in
on-
the first place, to be honest.
/chat.
Because she was wondering why it randomly disappeared from her
Yeah.
Twitter feed, if it might be some kind of actual backlash from the Twitter company itself or something.
Could
I'm
have
guessing.
been
Yeah.
taken down by
Well, Twitter
by
has been
Twitter.
censoring stuff all over, and I don't even.
Mhm.
Yeah, because I was
There's
just
some
really
shitty
confused
people all over this thing.
with the fact
Yeah.
that it
There are
was
shitty
there.
people on the internet? I'm shocked.
That's like saying there's not shitty people in real life.
The
Yeah.
worst part about this is happening on Twitter. Twitter is a network for call-outs, and that's it. You can't talk to people on Twitter. You just call them out because you only have 140 characters.
Speaking of, the best cat in the world purrs during a claw trim. Sorry, that just randomly.
What are you talking about?
It showed up on my Twitter feed, and we were talking about shout-outs, so I decided to shout out to the cat who purs during claw trims.
I love
Do you-
watching
do you
people
purr
try to
when-
have
do you purr
in-depth
when you're getting a
discussions
manicure?
on Twitter.
I don't know, I haven't had one. So.
I love watching people try to have in-depth discussions on Twitter, and I'm like, what are you doing?
No, and then they made a website
scroll
that was
down,
tweet
pick it up.
longer.
Thank God they did that, because at least you can say something. Because you just feel like you're looking at two people on two sides of a wall just shouting at each other,
But like
alternating.
Twitter's
That's really what it
supposed to be like, hey, I had some bread. Hey, you had some bread. Awesome. Like it means nothing.
Wait.
Oh, it can mean something. Just ask Gilbert Godfrey.
Sure.
This is Twitter fuck-ups.
Does
Like
everyone
what
know
Seth
about that
Rogen
one?
did. What a fucking
Gilbert
idiot.
Godfrey screw up.
A lot of people
What was
screw
the
up on
joke
Twitter.
he even made?
Something that made him lose his job as the Aflac duck.
Well, it was something about the tsunami and the Fukushima.
Oh yeah, it was related.
the
to
I
nuclear
believe
power
it was
plant.
something, 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 possibly racist, something, something.
Yeah, it was something racist. I do recall it being racist. What an asshole!
Oh man.
By the way,
Like,
Cardinal, you have a
people
tweet
say
waiting
stupid
for
stuff
you.
on Twitter, and I'm just like, I literally got a tweet the other day from someone who I did not know, from a complete stranger, who was basically saying like, I am a scummy human being or something like that. It was his first tweet, and he just uses his first tweet to just say, I am an inferior human being, a waste of resources. I don't know
I
who this
opened my
person
Twitter,
was. So what I did is I retweeted it to show everyone. And then I just reported him because I'm like, he clearly is just out to be a shit stirrer if that's your first tweet. So
Maybe it was me.
the end. He can go take a shit.
Maybe it was me.
It was not you.
You never know.
You would never do that.
Oh yeah.
You're too
totally.
nice.
Oh yeah.
Here is a sampling of the jokes that Gilbert Godfrey got in trouble for. I'm not reading them out loud.
Oh my.
I mean, it's like recently Seth Rogen apparently compared American Sniper to that film parody in Inglourious Bastards that was Nazi propaganda.
Wow.
And I'm like, look, why did you tweet that? Don't you understand
that's the
that
problem with
Twitter
Twitter.
It's doing.
That's the problem with Twitter. It allows people to say those things that they think of off the top of their head. They're like, this would be funny. And they don't have to take the time to think about it and go, I
what he had to
probably
do-
shouldn't say that.
Yeah. It removes the convenient brain mouth filter, unfortunately.
There's no context. You can't provide context. Every tweet has to be
Yeah.
self-contained.
Mm.
Yeah.
Even if it's in a
Well-
stream, if it stands alone.
I will read this joke out loud because there's nothing racist about it. Now, this was said right. The reason he got in trouble for this, Aflac does most of their business in Japan. And he's
Yeah.
tweeted this right after the whole tsunami and nuclear power plant thing.
Mhm.
Bad move.
What does Japan have in common with Howard Stern? They're both radioactive.
Nara, why did you send me that tweet? I know that's you.
I don't know, but me and Cardinal just exchanged. Hey, I have some bread. Now I have some toast. Awesome. That was a legit
Well, I
tweet
just
now.
retweeted
Yeah.
you, Nara, for calling, "Hey girl, how can you be so fine?" Is what I know that was
I
you,
will
Nara,
say-
because it's called-
One of the best
Well,
uses
clearly
of
they're
Twitter.
asking you a question, Alex.
One of the best uses of Twitter I've seen so far is from Team 4-Star when they made Twitter accounts for Alucard and,
yeah, for the
and
characters.
Tegra and Sarah's Victoria.
Did they really
and
do
they
that?
actually
That's
do
awesome.
tweet back and forth. Look
I
up
love
the
those.
Crimson
Those are the
Fucker.
best.
That's
Yep.
Alucard's name, the Crimson Fucker.
See, I just retweeted Nara's tweet, and a lot of people are gonna think like it's a stranger, like it's a spam account, but it's not because I know it's Nara, so I don't feel bad.
Laura. Laura's awesome.
Alright.
Why do you keep posting that filthy Frank? Jeez. Okay. Well, I'll subscribe to Nara since he's so interested in my fineness. Oh, you only have 3 followers. Guess how many I have, Nara? 297.
Hey, someone just said we suck.
Well, I mean,
Hey, Paneer Masala.
Hey. Hey.
I'm trying to think of something clever
Hey.
and deprecating.
Hey.
You guys suck.
I suck on a water bottle because it has a straw.
Mm.
So I mean,
The salt is real.
oh, salty.
Salty
I only have
John.
6 followers.
I saw a Hot Diggity Demon comic that had Winnie the Pooh, and it was like in black and white, like the old drawings. So Winnie the Pooh goes over to the honey pot and he starts eating the honey, and then he goes, "This isn't honey," and since it's in black and white,
Have you ever
I'm
thought
sorry,
about?
that's funny.
how
It's funny because it takes
dysfunctional-
advantage of the black and white, so it's clearly not
I just
honey.
wanna
It's
bring up
something else
slang for
that's
a
wet and
second.
sticky.
Excluding that, have you ever thought about how dysfunctional those characters are?
In what?
The Winnie the Pooh stuff.
Oh yeah,
of
they
course,
all have
that's
their
how-
own like mental
Yeah,
issues.
that's actually one of the premises behind Winnie the Pooh.
Oh yes. Mm.
So
So
I don't think that's
dysfunctional.
really the premise. It's like Eeyore just wants to commit suicide every day,
no, it's seriously
but he
one
never
of the
goes through
premises
with it.
behind Winnie the Pooh.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's
each
kind of cool.
one-
Then.
Yeah, each one has a
their
mental
own
disorder.
dysfunction. Mm.
Yeah,
That was the same
I
thing
have
with
OCD.
Sesame Street.
yeah. All the
Sure.
hitting
I have
meaning
OCD.
behind
Does
things.
that make me like Rabbit? I have OCD.
Mm.
Eeyore
Yeah, and
is like
Sesame Street.
Yeah,
they had
horribly
the same thing.
depressed, super attached. You know, the list goes on.
Yeah.
By the way-
Snuffleupagus was a hallucination.
Yeah.
If you pay
I don't know
attention
what
to
I
the
should-
old ones, Big Bird was the only one
like
who
on
ever saw
Robot
it.
Chicken. I think it's
By the
Robot
way, I don't know
Chicken.
what I should
This
play
is-
after Rustatier. I'm thinking Darksiders, but I'm not sure.
How
I
about
want a
Darksiders
game
2?
like Rustatier. Like, I've been enjoying this game so much that I don't want it to stop, but at the same time, I'm like, I know if I go through another playthrough of this game, I'm going to just get sick and tired of it. Because I hit that point where I'm just like, grind for crap items, like, forge them together or fuse them together and then sell them, and then now I hit the RNG where I'm only getting crap items and I can't sell anything, and now I have to make like 200,000 and I'm not
Well,
sure what to do. So I'm like,
You know what you need to do? Pray
What?
to that RNG Jesus.
Well, I have to run, but it's after midnight and I have to be up in like 6 hours, so
okay.
I'm gonna go to bed.
Have
I
Yeah.
gotta
fun.
get up early.
It's
But
been
Bye.
fun, everyone. I will see you all next time.
Bye,
Bye-bye.
Jeremy.
Yeah, bye-bye.
We'll talk about something else then.
Oh, now I
Um,
have to fix things.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Look what you
Damn
did.
it.
Well, I mean, once you're done with Darksiders, you always play Darksiders 2. I mean, that's always possible.
I started Darksiders. I got pretty far in it, but I haven't finished it yet.
I got about 30 seconds in and went, fuck this game. And played something else.
Why'd you stop playing it?
I did not like the controls. And I was like,
controls
I'm
are
not
fine.
changing these. I didn't like
Are you
them.
doing it as a controller like it's supposed to?
Nope. Mouse.
No, then you should get a controller.
Fuck
Because that game is meant to be played with a controller.
What did I just say? Fuck that.
Now we have
Controller.
two.
I
way.
mean, I have controllers, but I don't like using them.
Well,
We'll use a
Darksiders is
controller.
very, 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 very hack and slash, and it keeps like getting almost like a stressed out level of anxiety when I play it because it's constant.
God of
It's
hack
like
and slash may
there-
cry.
There is like no kind of like pace to it that you can sit down and be like, okay, I can take a breather, because even like the cinematics are very action packed, and they're very like, oh my god, so you have like a clip of a cinematic, and then you go into battle, and then another clip, and then battle, and then another clip, and then you have boss fights. And I'm like, dude, I'm getting like myself worked up playing this game like for 4 hours. I'm like, there's no way I can play it for maybe like 2 and be okay with it. After more than that, I'm just like, why am I playing this game? But like Rusty is like, okay, so you have the downtime, but you have the action where you can go into dungeons and you can fight things, and then you go back to selling things. And I'm like, I want a game that has that same pace to it.
How about something
Oh,
completely
picky,
different?
picky.
Crypt of the Necrodancer. It looks like it'd be fun.
Dude, everyone's been
I'm
trying
not
to get me
getting
to
that
play
until
Crypt
I
of the
get
Necrodancer. I have no fucking coordination for music whatsoever. I'm not
I'd
musically
play that.
inclined.
I want to play that game.
At
It looks
all.
cool. You should play
Literally.
the DDR mat.
Apparently you can, which sounds interesting. I'm not a fan of exerting myself, but I would play it with the DDR mat. So there you go.
Yeah, no.
So much fun.
I'm
There
playing this game. Okay.
you go. Sheba was like, do it. Now
I
you have
know.
to.
There's a lot of people who are like, Necrodancer, yay! And I'm like, no.
Just
I
no.
can watch it
Wanna
watch
see
it
Cat
being
dance.
played. I can watch it being
Watch her
played.
dance. Cat, just a kitty cat. And a dance, and a I need a new anime to watch. Because I finished Watamote
There
finally.
are 12 animes that I'm watching right now.
Now
Wow.
there is one anime that like Watamote's ending was really magical. I don't want to spoil it entirely.
I don't give a
But-
shit about Watamote.
Well, it depends on
Watamite.
everyone else. I don't want to spoil it.
Wute. Mite.
If
Oh,
anyone
you
has
sell
a
it.
problem, if anyone has a problem with me spoiling Watamote, speak
I
up
don't
in the
think
chat
people
now.
give a shit about Watamote.
Fuck you. Watamote is awesome.
I'm sorry,
Watamote
but
is a
let's go
it's
with
a character.
like Your Lie in April, or Log Horizon, or Tokyo Ghoul, or stuff that's like renowned and it's like amazing. And Watamote, fuck
Like
your
Watamote.
Watamote.
Okay,
I have
then
so
won't
many
spoil
problems with you
Watamote.
spoiling
And you
Watamote.
misspelled Watamote Shiba. But I will
Well,
say
yeah.
the ending is they have these little endings throughout anime. Basically we don't give
Going
a
on the
fuck
list.
ending. The ending where they resolve it in some way and they really just don't care how it ends. This normally I'm not a fan of those. I really wasn't too big on the ending of Panning and Stocking. Kind of did that, although that was kind of made to parody shonen anime that go on for hundreds of episodes. And the only other one that I think had a we don't care ending was Bobo 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 Bo. But it ended
Water
like that
motor.
on purpose. What?
They're just still.
They're
Fuck
trying
with
to
the
say
name.
the Watamote thing, but in the chat.
It's spelled Watamote.
The
not
hilariousness is.
You forgot the hyphen. Don't give a shit.
Hashtag don't give a shit.
No, I'm sorry. My phone's supposed to be doing the whole Twitter thing, but it's not. I don't know what's going on.
Aww.
The ending is great. It is the best anime I've ever had
I
where
just
I'm
heard
just
those beeps.
perpetually uncomfortable.
Did you just hear those beeps that was like next to my microphone?
Yeah,
Yes.
totally.
Just as he's like,
The
"Yeah,
whole
keep it up
time
your
I was
Twitter
watching
feed." I just got it.
Watamote, I was uncomfortable, but it was amazing.
So, Cardinal,
Because
how
it's-
are you doing today?
Well, I am doing remarkably well.
Fine, I'll stop talking
I-
about it. But there is another anime that I'm curious about,
What,
and I'm
what
wondering
anime?
if anybody has seen it. It's called Rolling Girls.
Yeah, I
People
watched
keep
it.
posting gifs of this on Tumblr,
I
and
watched
I'm
the
curious
first
about it
episode.
because it looks
Okay, so the first episode, Rolling Girls, is actually really good. I hate Kill la Kill, but like Rolling Girls.
I know you hate it.
And a lot of people are really comparing it to Kill la Kill. And I think the reason they're comparing it to Kill la Kill is because they have a parody base to it, and the fact that a lot of the fight sequences kind of remind you of Kill la Kill.
Yeah, it
And,
does.
like, there's certain animations in the series that remind me of it, but like the anime itself is just really well done. It I don't know. It has like the first episode, you had this like overarching plot line that was like, oh, okay, very lighthearted and bubbly, and you have these two like, or everyone's like a biker gang and going against other territories, and it's like, okay, I can understand this, but then you have like a deeper like underlying plot line with like the main character, and it was like, I want to see how this person develops, and I really got into it pretty well, and I haven't watched
Your feelings toward Kill la Kill are my feelings toward Attack on Titan. I don't give a shit about Attack on Titan. It looks completely uninteresting and stupid and dumb and overrated, and it's a piece of trash.
Most of it is.
The entire chat now is pissed.
There is some good stuff.
I don't care about your naked giants pissing all
well,
over
guess
this
what? We
town.
don't care about your water motor either.
Exactly.
Well, that's fine.
Water
I just want everyone to know that
motor,
Attack on Titan.
Water motor.
knows.
Kill la Kill is more interesting than Attack
But
on Titan.
shall we talk about for 2 seconds the filler arc that Log Horizon now has? Are you shitting
Oh yeah, now they're
me?
talking about the other girl.
All I
I've
can say
only
is,
I've only gotten up to where they
They go into
don't
a
like
whole
filler.
new filler arc. Whole new.
I don't want to.
The
Like,
last
wait.
episode is completely like taken away from the entire series, and it's like, here, you want this shiny piece of shit? Let me polish for you. You want it now?
Wait, so
We're
this
gonna make-
isn't this doesn't have to do with the Konami girl?
Nope.
Because I haven't seen the newest one. I've seen the one everything
Yeah, this
before that.
this newest one, no. Let's just say the younger kids.
Oh yeah, this one talks about the kids, and I'm like, I don't give a shit about these kids.
Yeah, and they're
I don't
doing
give a
a
shit about
full
these
arc.
shit kids.
They're doing a full arc of these kids.
I don't want an arc about the shit kids. Except Rudy, he can stay because he's funny.
Oh my
He's pretty funny.
God.
Because he's like, I'm so good looking. And I'm like, he can stay because he's pretty funny.
He's a
Everyone
dog.
else, I don't give a shit about.
He's a golden retriever.
What?
Rudy is a golden retriever.
Well, I don't know what you're talking about.
Rudy in the anime series is a golden retriever. The dog, Izumi, was like, paw. And he gave her, and like every single time, even with this,
You can
When
there's
he, like-
even the episode where she like realizes he's like one and is just like, I'm
Oh,
treating
he's
him as a
like
golden retriever
one.
forever.
Okay, I thought it was like,
yeah,
what the
he's a golden
And for
retriever.
the rest of the show is like sit, and then she'll like pat him, and they'll be like paw, and they'll shake hands. It is fucking ridiculous when I saw that. Couldn't stop
God,
laughing.
she likes him so much. It's just, I don't care about those kids. Like, please get rid of these kids. I don't want to see their ugly faces. I just want to, like, I wasn't even that interested in this new Konami girl because she just kind of, she just
I
doesn't look
stopped
that
watching a few
interesting.
episodes ago because I was like, fucking filler. I can't be
But like, get back to Akatsuki because she's like the best character next to Shiroi.
You have a thing for her, apparently.
He totally has
I don't know.
a
The
thing
Fox
for her.
girl's kind of nice. I kind of like her. Little ears. So the whole deal is that these are former members of the debauchery Tea Party, and they've all kind of gone their different ways, and now they're kind of come back again. So things are shit's about to get real, I guess.
If they'll ever get to it.
Also, fuck the Ninja Turtle guy. Fuck the Ninja Turtle guy.
Dude, that's awesome.
Leonardo.
Oh no.
Yeah, and now they have a new glasses lady. Like
Yeah.
another glasses person.
Well, what's wrong
we
with
got
glasses, Alex?
Shirei,
Mhm.
we got the other lady, we have Krusty, and then there's new lady.
And there's a new character that's coming with this arc that has glasses too.
Just like
All I know is after this, I'm binge watching Tokyo Ghoul. So there you go.
Dude,
Just
Tokyo
like-
Ghoul. Oh my god, I haven't
I
seen
don't
the
want
second
filler.
episode.
I don't
Oh
want
my
to talk
gosh.
about I don't like these kids. They're not cool.
I just got
Dude.
through Trigun, so I'm going on to Tokyo Ghoul, and then my
Tokyo
list is
Ghoul.
like an old one and a new one.
The first episode of season 2 was so confusing that I'm like, I have to watch the second episode, which is already out.
Right.
But I just haven't gotten around to it, and I'm like, oh no.
Because you're watching like what, 10, 12 different
12
animes right now?
I just finished.
God, you're. I feel overwhelmed when I have like 5 or 6, and you have 12.
I have 12. Like 100%. Like I have 12 animes that I watch throughout the week. I just finished Fruit of Grisaya. Sorry. Fruit of Grisaya. This morning. I was just like, you know what? It's done. It's off air. I'm just gonna push it out and be like, I'm done. I can just check it off my list. So that's that. Let's see. We have Log Horizon, I'll Noah Zero, Season 2, Tokyo Ghoul Season 2, Death Paradise, or not Paradise, which is the first one, Death Parade, Cross Ange, we have Yona of the Dawn, we have Your Lie in April, what was,
I have a few that I want. Like, there's one I want to watch.
Crunchyroll.
Durarara has a second season out now.
I know I'm
which is,
missing 3.
The names, there are too
Why-
many.
Here we go.
what the frick,
So,
Black-
Log Horizon, I'll Noah Zero, Cross Ange, Parasite, Yona of the Dawn, Your Lie in April, The Testament of Sister New Devil, Cute High Earth Defense Club, The World God Only Knows. Then we have Tokyo Ghoul, Death Parade. There's my 11.
Jesus Christ.
Nice.
And I'm keeping
and
up
I'm
with
and
them
I'm
all.
hesitant to start watching the second season of Durarara.
I'm still
I'm
working
like,
through
I
a
have so many
giant
to do.
list.
By the way, Zatch Bell is on Crunchyroll now for some reason.
I've
Yeah.
never heard of that. What is
Remember
it?
Zatch Bell? How fucking stupid it was.
Never heard of it before
Alex,
in
you
my
need to
life.
get with the times.
Oh, it's stupid. It's like
You need
guy
to, you need
finds
to like
this little
mature your level of anime.
who.
You.
I'm not watching Zatch Bell. I know it's stupid. I'm not watching that. I'm just surprised it's on Crunchyroll.
Oh, I forgot. I'm also watching Yuri Kuma Arashi and Rolling Girls.
I mean-
so technically there's 13.
Don't make fun of me for watching Watamote. That's high level shit.
No, it's not.
Especially that ending scene.
So, question for both of you.
Yes.
Okay.
Do you know any short series animes that are good to watch?
I don't
Like
know what my
12
husband is saying.
Yeah, 12 to like 20, something around there.
Well, 26
I mean, there are a lot of
considered long.
series that are
Yeah.
pretty short like that.
But there are things that go on for like multiple seasons and keep going. I don't mean
Fruit of
Well, I
Grisaya is
mean,
13
and-
episodes. It's not bad.
like avoid the hell out of all that shonen stuff that go on for hundreds of episodes
something.
Well, of course.
because half of that is filler.
Oh yeah,
But a lot of anime, the most basic season usually goes for 26, but a lot are shorter than that. Watamote was like 12 episodes. Batum was 13. There's I really like that about anime. Anime are not afraid to just end a story and move on to a new one. Of course, there are obvious exceptions, like Bleach went on forever, Naruto went on forever,
It's
One
still
Piece
going.
is still going on forever. But then there are just series that, like Fooly Cooly has 6 episodes,
Yeah.
and it doesn't need any more. It is completely. It feels complete.
Gami ga
It feels
Yes.
self-contained, and that's good. I love that about anime because you don't feel. Of course, there are series that end on a end of season cliffhanger and never get picked up again. Dead Man Wonderland did that, and I fucking hate it because now I got to read the manga where it actually finishes the story. Because the Dead Man Wonderland anime was amazing. I love it. It's so good. Same thing happened with Okami-san. it gives off the worst cliffhanger ever and the worst line. One guy asks the girl, "Do you like this other guy?" And she says, "I don't dislike him." Like he was implying to see if she was in love with this guy, and she replies, "I don't dislike him." And I'm
just
like,
realized-
"Can you give me a worse cliffhanger?"
Yeah.
I wasn't paying
That's the
attention
worst
to my
cliffhanger ever.
time. And we have
Going
2
way over?
minutes.
Oh.
Okay, then we'll wait
Gotta
2
outro that
minutes.
stuff.
Okay, I thought we started like at 11:30
We did start later because of me.
later, but
Yeah.
oh, please don't let Log Horizon be Inuyasha. Please don't.
Oh no. But yeah.
Oh man.
Like we know it won't be Naruto, Bleach, or One Piece, but don't be Inuyasha. But we would wrap
Yeah.
up then.
But yes.
Okay.
So, quick outros. You can find all of our information down below in this section down there. And for those who were missing this week, you can find their information up there above. As always, you can find Alex on Mondays, who's been streaming.
I do Persona 4 streams on Monday, and visit my YouTube channel. We're still doing the Sonic Boom playthrough, and my next playthrough with my friend What the Fuck is going to be on his channel. We're going to try and put all cooperative stuff on his channel, so please go subscribe to his channel as well as my channel.
Cool.
And then we have Carthel.
As for me, all streams are on hold until I work out a schedule from work, because I'm starting that next week. Focusing more on YouTube. There is some Daisy stuff up in there. First episode's complete shit. Don't watch it. Second episode's okay.
Fair enough. So, and then
And she's going to stream.
I will be streaming, but I'm actually going to take a break because I should be streaming in a half hour. But because we were late on this, I'm going to take a little bit of a half hour and then just push my stream back a little bit. So, I shall see you guys in roughly about an hour, and then we will continue on with some more Reciteer, I think, until I can finish it. So, yeah. So, thank you guys for stopping in, and we shall see you later. Bye-bye.
Bye.